Merhaba, Özlem from Özlem's Turkish Table. Thank you for joining us. Today we have a wonderful family-friendly recipe that you can freeze, you can prep ahead of time. Fantastic if you're observing Ramadan too. It's Turkish meatballs with vegetables. It's a baked version. Fırında sebzeli köfte, as we say in Turkish. Let's go through the ingredients of this lovely dish. So I have some aubergines here, patlıcan. I have chopped, sort of roughly chopped peppers. I have sliced, half moon shaped sliced potato, one potato. About one pepper, I did half and half, red and green. A small carrot, chunked, cut in small chunks. And garlic. I love garlic, so there's good 2 big cloves of garlic there. Also for the meatballs, I have about 400 grams of mince or ground beef. You can use mixture of beef and lamb. I have slice, quite a large slice of bread soaked in water. We'll use that in the meatballs. Chopped parsley, a good handful. I will use cumin and red pepper flakes, each teaspoonful. Grated onion. I had red onion at home, so that's what I use, but you can use a regular white onion too. Can of chopped tomatoes, about 400 ml. And I have tomato paste, a tablespoon full of tomato paste, an egg to bind the meatball together. And yeah, let's get it going. And the recipes from my cookery book, Özlem's Turkish Table. Recipes from my homeland. You see the actual picture there. And I will also put the recipe link into my YouTube channel so you can see, as well as my Instagram account if you're on Instagram. So let's do this. I first sliced the aubergines and salted a little bit. As you see, little salt granules there, just like that. And the salt actually really helps for the moisture to come out. And if you may see, there's quite a lot of moisture on the aubergines or eggplants, or patlıcan as we say in Turkish. So aubergine is a fantastic vegetable. It's actually fruit because it has seeds in it, but over 70% of it is water, and that water could be quite bitter. So before you cook your aubergine, always sprinkle salt over it, and that salt will help all that moisture to come out. And see how wet my tissue is. So once you do that, you got rid of that bitter juice. You can put your aubergines in your baking pan. This is the dish that I'll be using. I already washed my hands, but just will wash one more time, because what I'll do is I'll get all the ingredients mixed up with my hand. Right. I love this recipe because you can literally use any vegetable you have in your home. So I had half a red pepper and a green pepper, bell pepper. So I used that. I had a potato that needed finishing. Again, I am adding that here. I have some carrots here that needed using, adding that. You can add sliced courgettes, you can add peas, runner beans would work well. Literally any vegetable you have at home could be used in this recipe. So these are the vegetables I have that I'll be using, and I will now season it. Some good ground black pepper. I will be adding a nice good pinch of sea salt. And now let's do some more flavoring. I'll be adding about a teaspoonful or less, if you like, Turkish pul biber or red pepper flakes or chili flakes you may have. Ground cumin adds a lovely warm pungent flavor, really good. So I always think recipes as a guidelines to guide you through, and you should really add as many or as little spice as you would like, and a good tablespoonful of olive oil I put. Now I will mix everything with my hand. So doing this rather than using a spoon would really help coating all that lovely spices on your vegetables. All that nice olive oil nicely coated. Gorgeous colors, isn't it? And involve your children. My lovely daughter Emma Gülçin cut my carrots, and she's also very kindly filming my YouTube channel video. So thank you Emma Gülçin. Teşekkürler. Çok teşekkürler. Right. Okay. Now I'm gonna wash my hands again because we'll now do the meatballs. Wonderful. So let's put our nice vegetables here aside, and I'll get another pan. So here I soaked my bread in water. Now I will get rid of this water. I will squeeze out, and actually with my hands get rid of all that excess water. Lovely. So that will help binding our meatballs together. So I'm going to add my soaked bread. I will add the grated onion. I'm using red, you can use white. Cracking 1 egg. Right, let's add our parsley. Maydanoz, as you say in Turkish. I had quite a few, so this should do. My husband loves Turkish cuisine, Angus. But one thing he's not too keen is maydanoz, parsley. But he wouldn't mind in the baked version with the meatballs. So hopefully your family will enjoy it too. So before I add the meat, I am giving everything a good mix and making sure everything is blended well. You could use minced lamb, minced beef. You could use a mixture. I tend to use mixture quite a bit, and I'm adding the meat now. If you want to use gluten-free bread, you could use that. I use a regular brown whole grain bread here. You could use any bread of your choice. I'm often asked at my cookery classes that whether you can opt out the egg. Actually, yes, you can. There's a recipe in my cookery book, little meatballs in peppery sauce. I don't use egg in that recipe, and it's yeah, totally doable. But of course, egg does give extra flavor and as well as helps with binding. But this should be all fine. Right, we haven't seasoned yet, so I'm gonna actually wash my hands again and do a bit more seasoning. So seasoning is a very personal choice. Everyone has certain intolerances for salt or spices, so please use as it is appropriate for you. Just adding a pinch of salt, some black pepper, and a little pinch of pul bibers because we really like it. Right, so my mixture is almost ready, and I'm gonna need a little bit more. Yes, you can use ground turkey, minced turkey if you like, or minced chicken, or whatever is good for you. Or you could make a vegetarian version using bulgur. You can make bulgur balls rather than meatballs. I've done it before, it works really well. And I have a recipe in my blog, Özlem's Turkish Table, as well as in my cookery book. Right, that's perfect. You can actually prepare this mixture a couple of hours ahead of time, even overnight, and keep it in your fridge covered. That would help you with your cooking schedule. Right, so I have a bowl of cold water here. I'll be wetting my hands And I'll take almost a walnut size, shall we say, of meatballs. And I'm doing round shape. And I'm also sort of flattening the top. And I'm gonna scatter them around my vegetables. You know, growing up in Turkey, this was one of my childhood favorites, köfte, as we call it. We love it plain, grilled, as well as baked with vegetables, as in here. I love the convenience of this dish. You know, if you're working during the day, if you want something nutritious, healthy, and get it done quick, there's a lovely recipe you can prep ahead of time. And just before you eat, you can give a nice, gentle reheat. Also, you can freeze, which makes it really, really good for Ramadan too. Right, almost there. And as I said before, involve your children. Now we're all homeschooling. Children are at home, and they always have a bit of time, and it's a great way of spending their time learning a new skill and helping you out too. Wonderful, we are almost there. Putting one here, just sort of think I'm just gonna make this one like that. And I'm gonna pop this under it. Perfect. Scatter my vegetables there. Let me give my hands another good clean. Wonderful. Wonderful. And here I have chopped tomatoes. Can of chopped tomatoes. I'll be putting it around. And vegetables need liquid to cook. So I'm gonna add another cupful, about 8 ounces or so, water here, just to cover the bottom of your dish. Perfect. Making sure everything is mixed well. Wonderful, wonderful. And here it is, our meatball casserole now ready to go to the oven. 180 degrees Celsius, 350 Fahrenheit. But before I put mine in, I better show you the finished product. Oh, that's a big one. That's the big one. Here we go. So that's the finished product of my baked meatball with vegetables. Right out. And I'm going to put this one in now. And it will bake for about 45 minutes, depending on your oven and the size of your dish, whether you're doubling it or not. But it's ready for you, for us to all enjoy. I hope you enjoy this easy, all-in-one dish. Very convenient, healthy, and a real crowd pleaser. Many thanks for joining me. Afiyet olsun.